Thanks for joining us for this design demo from Pioneer Imports and Wholesale. Today we're going to create a design in the beautiful natural textural vase, which is the agave glass vase, and we're going to be using a lotus pod bush. As you can see, it's a combination of the natural lotus pods of a natural looking berry with the grasses and a little bit of foliage. Just these elements alone are going to give us a really cool looking natural arrangement. So we're going to start by inserting our lotus pods. And the lotus pods in our insertion, we're going to make them look like they're a stacked look. So we're going to insert 2 low insertions with our lotus pods. And our third one, we're going to insert through one of the little holes on the lotus. So it gives us an appearance of the stacked look. And since it's a natural material, it does go through that pretty easily. You need to take your fingers underneath and finish pulling that down so we don't see this wire that we're trying to cover here. So it gives us kind of a natural stacked look that we have here. Now we're going to next insert our berries because they're our next visually heavy material. So we're going to go ahead and insert those on the different sides of our lotus pods. This is creating some interest, as you'll see. And they do have a beautiful wire in them, so what we're able to do is to be able to give them a little curvature, so they're almost like they're framing that lotus pod. And this third one, I'm going to actually cut, so we're going to be able to have 2 insertions out of here rather than just one. Carefully remove some of that. And then this one we can insert on one side. We're going to peel this back just a little bit and then insert this low in front of this lotus pod here. So you can see where we're going. We have just a nice framing effect that we have in the design, and then we're going to insert our foliage low. So again, we don't have to worry about finding any foam that's showing, and we're covering our mechanics really well. Okay, so now we have a nice structured arrangement. We can see through the design, so it could be used for a centerpiece or it could be used on a taller table. Our next insertion then is the grass. This is just a natural looking grass. And if you want those a little curled, as I'm sure most of you know, you just take your finger and you run that on the side of it, and it will allow it to give a little bit of curvature. If you do it really tight, it'll make a really tight curl. So have fun with it. Make it be the look that you're achieving to have as you're putting this design together. Here again, I'm going to bring this one up a little bit higher so that we can see it. And since it is just straight up, I'm going to take my finger and just give it just a little bit of a curl to it because it adds that interest to it right there in the center. And we have one, so we're looking to see where do we want this last one. We want it to come forward just a little bit so that everything doesn't look quite so flat. So we're bringing that forward. And here we have, with just the lotus pod bush, a beautiful centerpiece that would work well on a side table. You might want to consider adding just a little bit of something to it. Could become more of a centerpiece. Love it like this. It's that natural look. But if they come in and they want something more custom with a little bit different color or more color added, one thing you could do is add the parchment color in our cosmos bush, which I think is just lovely with this color combination. I really would remove the foliage because what we have on there already is such a cool natural foliage, and we don't want to take away from that. So you can see by just adding just a few of this parchment color in the cosmos, again, I'm going to insert this one right through my lotus pod, down through, so it gives us that look with our parchment color. Another color that goes lovely with this because of our agave vase is the sage color. So I'm just going to put a couple of those in so you can see what that does. Again, insertions right through that lotus pod. You can see what a lovely color combination that sage is as well to add to it. So there's a couple ideas all packed into one design demo here. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.